Saludos y bienvenidos a otro episodio más del podcast de Avilés. Hoy tengo dos invitados, ya ustedes lo han visto en mis redes sociales. Esta persona que voy a estar entrevistando hoy es una de las personas más influyentes dentro de la industria automotriz en los Estados Unidos. Latino, estuve viviendo un tiempo en Nueva York, ahora estamos haciendo negocios en Miami y está de visita en Puerto Rico, así que aprovechamos para sentarnos en el podcast. Viene con un gran amigo, el dueño de la compañía BDC United, Joseph Gallejo, que va a estar acompañándonos. Así que sin más preámbulos, a mi amigo, pana fuerte, mentor, Rudy, el patrón.
The one and only, baby. Dímelo.
¿Cómo estás, Rudy?
Bendecido, ya tú sabes, en Puerto Rico, la isla más linda del mundo. Oye, me encanta aquí, man.
Oye, Rudy,
No me quiero ir.
no te quieres ir, viniste muy pocos días.
Yeah, we're gonna come back. Vamos a regresar.
Muy pocos días. Saludos. How are you, Joseph?
Great, man. It's awesome to see you. It's been too long. We need to make sure we come back a little bit more often. Amazing seeing your operation, and you've come so far. It's mind-boggling. I can't believe what you've done. So very impressive.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So it will be like a bilingual interview. Sure. You know, I have a big community on the Spanish
Claro.
language. So Rudy, antes de, ¿verdad? De hablar un poquito de lo que estamos haciendo ahora.
Sí.
Hemos visto tu crecimiento en redes sociales. Las personas pueden ver más de 1 millón de seguidores en Instagram, sí. Ven el éxito, ven todo lo que estás haciendo, la manera que estás impactando a la comunidad. Pero hay una historia detrás de eso.
Claro.
Y yo conozco bien tu historia, pero me gustaría que la gente conociera quién era Rudy antes de ser el patrón, de dónde vienes. Vamos a estar hablando un poquito sobre lo de El Salvador y todo eso.
Sí.
¿Por qué decides mudarte a los Estados Unidos? Los desafíos y retos que tuviste
Claro.
y cómo llegaste a la industria automotriz.
Claro.
Uh-huh.
Está bien. Empecemos. Bueno, tengo 43 años. Vine del Salvador cuando tenía 15 años. Mi mamá me dejó cuando tenía 5 años para venir, tú sabes, a los Estados Unidos a darle un mejor futuro, ¿no? Mi padrastro fue que le ayudó a traerme, era bien, no era fácil antes,
Okay.
¿me entiendes? Y pues yo vení against my will, yo no quería venir. Tú sabes que yo era ya tú sabes, estaba en maras y toda esa vaina, ya estaba, porque eso es lo que estaba de moda ya,
Okay.
¿tú me entiendes? So, era survival mode. Y en 12 años, pues, tú sabes, tú andas jangueando con esa gente y, pues, no es cosa buena. ¿Tú me entiendes? So, o te quedas en la cárcel o, ya tú sabes, 6 feet under, uh-huh. como dicen, ¿verdad? So, mi mamá sabía que tenía que traerme para acá para darme un mejor futuro. Y, pues, me vine, aunque no quería, y peleé con todo, ya tú sabes, la escuela, la cultura, no me gustaba, la comida, nada. Y no, pero, dije yo, ya que estoy aquí, este es el mundo, el país, best country in the world, déjame sacar algo, ¿no? Ya que estoy aquí. So, aunque estaba peleando con la cultura, no entendía nada. Y mi mamá, tú sabes que no me dejaba hablar, no me dejaba ver televisión en español. Uh-huh. Solo me forzaba que tenía que ver el inglés. Y por eso es que no tengo acento. Porque yo me sentaba ahí y no entendía nada, pero, like, I'm telling them, like, how it happened when it first came,
Mm-hmm.
in the country and stuff like that.
Story.
Yeah, so, pues aprendí, me metí en muchos pleitos en la escuela porque, tú sabes, siempre, la cultura, como te digo, diferente gente de todo el mundo, yo estaba como medio, ¿tú me entiendes? No me gustaba, ¿me entiendes? Y pues no, que me quedé en la escuela, pero en verdad no terminé el colegio, la high school. No la terminé. Y pues el amigo mío, que paz descanse, tenía 3 carros nuevos hace 17 años. Tenía un BMW, brand new, tenía un 350 Nissan, que acaba de salir para atrás, right? Y tenía un Camry del año. Y digo yo, este tipo está vendiendo droga. Tú sabes, un tipo de 17 años con 3 carros, chamaquitos, ya tú sabes. Y yo ya tenía hijos ya, tú sabes, conocí a mi esposa en high school y ya estaba embarazada, pues. La saqué preñada y nada, yo le dije, loco, tenemos que hacer lo que tengo que hacer. Yo estaba delivering pizza, basically, lo que estaba haciendo yo. Tú sabes, y jodí la licencia porque andaba por todos lados de la carrera. Y no, me dijo, no, lo que yo estoy haciendo es vendiendo carro. Digo, vendiendo carro. So, él estaba como trabajando en el Bronx. Y yo estaba como casi 2 horas. Yo vivía en Long Island. So, antes era bien difícil entrar en el negocio. So, yo fui a 4 interviews antes que me dieran un chance. So, me metí ahí, tú sabes, después de las 4 interviews, me querían poner como de porter. Y digo, no, yo estoy en delivery piso, yo no voy para acá, de que porter, manejar 2 horas. Y el último interview, la cuarta, el tigre me dijo, ok, te voy a dar una oportunidad. Y no tenía ropa, tú sabes, pero mi mamá prestó $500 para ir a Marshall a comprar las camisas. Y yo le dije, yo voy a comprar las camisas. Todavía tengo esas camisas en el basement, como reminder, como empecé. Y nada, empecé. El primer mes hice 17 carros y el segundo fueron 28.
Wow.
So, I became like number 2 en la tienda. Y en 18 meses ya me hicieron manager.
Wow.
Yeah.
¿Qué vendían?
Toyota and Ford.
Toyota y Ford.
Sí.
Okay,
So, ahí fue donde empecé en el Bronx. So, nada, le eché para adelante y tú sabes que me puse a eso y, luego el primer año yo hice $93,000. Tenía 18 años.
Wow.
So, ahí estaba juqueado.
So, ahí tú, ese fue el momento de inflexión que tú dijiste, yo voy a hacerle esto una carrera.
Digo yo, va a ser esto es lo mío.
Uh-huh.
Y esto, hablaba español, todo, ¿sabes? Influente Spanish. Y en el Bronx había mucha gente hispana. Y los referrals me llegaban casi todos los días. Porque yo me ponía a comer con los clientes. Entonces, yo enamorado de todo el mundo. ¿Tú me entiendes? Y los hacía amigos míos. Y después me traían la mamá, el tío, todo el mundo a comprar carros. So dije yo, ok, so de aquí me agarro. So me puse y al final quedé corriendo las 2 tiendas.
Wow.
Era el general manager de la Toyota y la Ford a la misma vez. Estuve ahí como por 9 años con esa tienda.
Wow.
Y así fue que empecé. Pero tú sabes que hay un backstory también, que en el negocio de automotriz tú puedes seguir 2 lados, ¿no? Puedes seguir el lado que es the right way, o tal vez el alcohol, la droga. Con el estrés, tú sabes, yo tomaba bastante. Yo era, alcohólico, básicamente. Yo trabajaba todos los días con la botella ahí en la mano.
Wow.
Todos los días. Era como un working alcoholic. Yo no funcionaba sin eso. Y todo el mundo lo sabía en el dealer. Hasta ellos me conseguían eso. De que voy a conseguirle su botella para que trabaje. Y cerraba a todos los clientes así. Porque mucho estrés, ya tenía 2 hijos y tú sabes cómo es cuando uno está en esa edad tratando. Pero como te digo,
Rudy, ¿y cuáles fueron las consecuencias negativas de haber hecho eso?
Las consecuencias negativas fue que casi mato a alguien. El señor está paralizado por el resto de su vida. No le puede hacer ni amor a su esposa. Perdí el trabajo, ganando casi $500,000. Yo estaba, tú sabes, yo iba para arriba. Yo hubiera tenido 30 tiendas ya, si eso no hubiera pasado. Pero fue lo mejor que me pasó, gracias a Dios, para que sepa.
¿Por qué?
Porque me cambió la vida. Ese fue mi momento que dije yo, ok, tengo talento, tengo el work ethic, pero si no tengo control de otras cosas, nunca voy a llegar donde tengo que llegar. ¿Tú me entiendes? Esos bandits que tú tienes. Yo paré de tomar, claro, porque eso fue como like an aha moment. Uh-huh. Ese fue el momento que yo dije, coño, pero esto es, ¿cómo yo puedo estar aquí y ahora mismo something didn't add up? ¿Tú me entiendes? Something estaba malo. Estuve en la cárcel por 16 meses. Casi perdió las casas. Tú sabes, salí endeudado, $100,000.
Wow.
Y un humbling moment que te digo que no le deseo ese ni a mi peor enemigo. Porque esa es el lugar más racista del mundo y no se lo deseo a nadie. Yo aprendí mucho de esa experiencia. Yo aprendí bastante. Y no, le prometí a mi esposa que nunca jamás le voy a hacer eso a mis hijos. Porque ellos, ¿sabes? Sufrieron bastante ese año. La escuela, tú sabes, todo. Lo que tú haces, sabes que afecta a tu familia.
Qué difícil.
Yeah, loco. So, la tienda tuvo que venderse porque andaba manejando con carro del dealer. Wow. So, pagaron como $12 millones del insurance. Y el insurance le subió como $300,000 más al año a la tienda. Wow. Tuvieron que cambiar el nombre. Perdí el trabajo on the spot. ¿Tú me entiendes? So, sí, eso pasó y pues tuvimos que hacer all over again. Rebuild. So, hasta ahora, el patrón no existía. Solo existía Rudy Terminio. So, cuando yo salí de ahí, fue que me puse, tú sabes, tú estabas limpio. Yo paré de beber por 12 años. Shut straight. Cold turkey, sin nada, sin clases, sin nada. Y estaba en probatoria por 10 años.
Wow, bro.
Cuando salí. Porque el juez me quería dar como 7 años. Y si el señor se moría, o sea, iban a ser como casi 20. Porque era manslaughter.
Wow.
Yeah. Porque a esa vez estaba tough con DWI en Long Island, en New York. So, pasé esa vaina, tú sabes, y nada, sabes que Dios cambió mi vida. Y encontré a Dios, encontré a Cristo y empecé a ir a la iglesia con mi esposa. Y eso cambió casi todo. Cambió casi todo para hacer las cosas mejor. Dejé de tomar por bastante tiempo. Pero nadie me quería dar un chance porque era como un liability a todos los dealers. Todo el mundo no creía que yo había parado y pensaba que era el más talento, right? En New York. I was the most talented guy, pero no me querían dar un chance por eso, porque el seguro no lo cubría. Y no querían coger ese chance. So, tuve como 6 meses, 8 meses sin trabajo, después que salí de la cárcel. Y nada, me dio un chance. Alguien me dio un chance en la Ford. Y tuve que manejar 4 horas al día.
Wow,
para ir otra vez.
¿Y empezaste en el piso de nuevo?
No, luckily, I got a GM position.
Okay.
Yeah, so this guy, le dieron una tienda y pues, él había escuchado de mí y me dijo, quiero darte un second chance, no sé qué. Y empezamos y, tú sabes, estaba durmiendo en el dealer, basically. So yo llegaba ahí a las 10 de la mañana, 9 de la mañana y me iba como a las 1, a las 2 de la mañana todos los días. Todos los días, 6 días a la semana. So, me maté para ese dealer por 5 años.
Okay.
And I built everything back. Y ahí fue que nació el Patronn.
Ok, estando en Ford es que entonces creas la marca El Patronn.
Sí.
¿Cuándo fue que te diste cuenta? Porque tú eres de los early content creators de la industria.
Sí.
¿Cuándo fue que te diste cuenta que esto it was a thing? Like,
o sea, era nuevo. Todo el mundo tenía miedo. I mean, till this day, tú sabes cómo la gente tiene miedo getting on camera. Even this guy here was scared of
nah, Joseph is...
Now he's a pro. He just popped his phone, but people are still afraid, doing content. Pero yo dije, no hay nadie en el nivel de general manager. And a ese tiempo, there really was nobody, haciendo content as a GM level. So I said, I'm going to become the most influential GM in the country. Y hice un live, and the shit went viral. Like, everybody's like, who's this guy, El Patronn from Brooklyn?
And why do you decided to put El Patronn as a brand?
So, because I love Pablo Escobar, believe it or not, and they call him Pablito.
Exactly.
Right?
Here's the raw truth, right?
So, yeah, this is what it is. I got hooked to the show, and I would watch the show after. We would stay till 1 o'clock in the morning watching the show. So, I had about 30, 40 employees, like over 100, right, with service. So everybody would call me Patronn from the show. So, I'm like, you know what? Let me change Facebook. And I saw the name was available. I ordered the plate under El Patronn. So, I just ran with it, and the show was a hit, right? And even Netflix picked it up and everything like that. So I had to add an extra N because I couldn't compete with tequila and stuff like that. So everybody thought it was a tequila thing. And I'm like, no, I don't drink. At the time I wasn't drinking. So I added the extra N just to make sure it was no issues with the brand, copywriting and stuff like that. And we went freaking viral, man. That's how the social came about. pues we got a bunch of followers. We started making a lot of content, and you know, people from all over the world would fly to the store to meet me.
That's right.
Dealerships.
What does the Patronn mean?
Patronn means the boss. You're the bosses of all bosses, right?
right.
So to me, it's an experience. It's a brand. I started to build a brand, made a logo, like, you know, customer made this for me, custom, and I live by it. Like, it's just, you know, when you call me, right, I might not be the cheapest, but you're going to get state-of-the-art service. You're going to be treated like a Patronn. You know what I mean? Door to door, things that dealerships are not willing to do, and that's what I do, and that's what I teach my guys. Que tienen que hacer, you know, how do you be different, right, than your average dealership? Like, you have an amazing setup here. Like, I would never see something like that. 60,000 square feet, like, it's just crazy. It's a mall.
How passionate are you in your brand? Is it this one?
I mean, yeah, it's tattooed. It's everywhere.
It's on your
Like,
body.
it's I breathe it. You got to believe in what you sell, man. At the end of the day, tú tienes que, you know, when you have a vision, you have a passion, you just got to go all in, man, regardless of what people say. Because I'm there, right? You see the stuff that I do, like.
Oye, Rudy, tú sabes que con esto de las redes sociales,
Yeah.
it comes a lot with, you have a lot of haters also.
Yes.
How do you manage that?
So it used to bother me a lot. Okay, I used to fight and I used to call and like, yo, what the fuck? You know, yeah, I used to get very defensive. And then I changed, and, you know, that's when I started following Cardone, Grant. And Grant would talk about haters all the time. And to this day, he still talk about haters, how much we need them. And we do need them, you know, and they're not bad people. Haters are not bad people. Haters, they see something they're missing in you. So in a reflection, they hate. But in reality, you do inspire them. You do motivate them. Okay. And I know that I do. They will never admit it. You know, they will never admit it. But I do motivate them, and I know that. And it's okay, because you have two behaviors, right? You can either get inspired or you could become a hater. They're both motives. Some people is just triggered differently. You know, you know how I am, a very positive person.
Sí.
So it's very hard for me negative, because I've been negative and I know what a person I can be when I'm negative. And I don't want to be around that person. Bien. So it's very hard for me to stay positive, but I fight through it no matter what. You know, I'm not going to let it get the best of me. And there's days that are really bad, but it's just another day.
The non-negotiable, right?
Yeah.
Positive vibes only.
That's it. 1% better. Like
Every day.
Rudy, ¿qué estás haciendo ahora?
So now I took like 2 years off just to kind of regroup, moving to Miami. I moved to Miami 100%. I'm focused on the exotics, right? So I'm in the executive team with BDC United, and we're doing a lot of things together. I'm having a lot of fun with the exotics because, you know, last month we had a record month, 10 retail exotics, which is, you know, for a broker, it's exciting. It's unheard of, right? So at least for me. So my team does amazing, and I get to do it from wherever I am, right? As long as I have Wi-Fi, you know, my clients I live off my social media, basically. My social media became my business. And now I have clients from all over. Because what I believe is make your clients a Raven fan. Are you a fan of a team? So you might be a little fan, right? But you know what a Raven fan is, right?
Exactly.
A Raven fan is somebody's going to get their tattoo because of their team, right? This guy is a fanatic when it comes to sports. So a Raven fan, when your client becomes a fan of yours, you win them for life. So I make them, you know, my friend. They become my friends. I follow them. They follow me. I support their business. So same thing me and him started, right? It was the same way. Like, okay, we're business. We're doing business together. And now we're like traveling all over the world. You know what I mean?
Exacto.
So you get to put in what you reap. You sow what you reap, right? So, and that's what it's about. It's about doing better. So Puerto Rico, like, we want to do business here, not just for the tax credit, guys. It's just there's a lot of business here. I mean, you're doing amazing, and I'm super proud of you always.
Thank you.
How much you have grown from the last time we were here, and it's incredible that, you know, you put your mind to something. It's just amazing how it gets done.
Gracias, Rudy.
Sí, claro.
Oye, Rudy, he escuchado, ¿verdad? Digo, yo creo que esto es a nivel general, ¿no?
Yeah.
Que las cosas se han puesto un poco más duras en la industria automotriz.
Sí.
Específicamente en Nueva York, ¿qué es lo que tú entiendes que puso el negocio en un momento tan difícil?
So, New York es un estado bien difícil por las reglas. Too many regulations. It's hard to do business in New York. Okay? Te dan, you have 5 agencies after you. So it's very hard to stay competitive.
Okay.
So it's very hard to stay competitive. Y este año, pues tú sabes que es un año bien tricky, right? It's an election year. ¿Tú me entiendes? Interest is super high right now. And people are making less and less. So they can't really afford it. Y acuérdate que la pandemia kind of like cambió the whole game, right?
El negocio completo.
Completo. Y mucha de esta gente pensaba que el negocio iba a come back the old ways. It's never going to come back. So either you adjust, right? Be a chameleon and adjust and move. Or a lot of people went out of business because of that. Because they didn't want to adjust after the pandemic. If you got your car from the couch, right? And you didn't have to go to the hustle, dealership, sit there for 8 hours, 9 hours. Why would you want to repeat that again? So people want convenience more than ever. And like a lot of dealerships didn't catch on to that. I was shipping cars all over the country from my dealership. ¿Me entiendes? So people's like, yo, I can buy the car here like this. Yes. So they want that same thing. Less headache, less hassle. So I think eso es lo que está pasando en New York right now.
Y en la industria en general, tú ves que yo siempre trato de comparar la generación nuestra con la generación que viene subiendo.
Yeah.
Y yo veo una diferencia marcada en las horas que nosotros estamos dispuestos a meter para conseguir unos resultados. Tienen una mentalidad diferente. ¿Cómo tú ves la generación joven que está entrando al negocio?
I mean, we call them lazy, but they're just different. It's just a different mindset. They want to work less and they want to get more money, right? So they want to work smarter.
Okay.
They want to work smarter, not harder. Our generation is whatever it takes, right? We get it done. So we have to do a 12-hour shift, 18-hour shift. We're going to be there for the car to deliver. But this generation is different, man, and we have to
adjust.
We have to learn from them. A lot of people don't think like that. But I learned from my kids. They're technology savvy, and remember the things I was telling you yesterday, like we're in a room and like, dude, like what the hell?
Trying to get Netflix on.
Dude, and somebody within like 5 minutes connected it, synced it, mirrored to the phone, playing everything from the phone, and I'm like, look at this, like it's unbelievable. So if you learn from them, you can also cater to them, how to serve them, right? They're all about speed, getting algo rápido, fast, less friction. So we have to adjust to that.
Otra pregunta, Rudy.
Yeah.
Hemos estado viendo el modelo de manufacturer direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Tesla lo hizo, le va súper bien.
Yeah.
Hay compañías, ejemplo, en Europa que ya están considerando cambiar el modelo de negocio donde el dealer es solamente un centro de servicio o un fulfillment center. ¿Tú ves eso pasando en el futuro, que la industria automotriz se mueva a el que lo fabrica, el que lo vende directo al cliente?
I mean, yes and no. I don't think we're there yet. Yo no creo que estamos ahí todavía. Ford announced que quería hacer eso. And they want to shut down the franchise. You just have service location. So, look at Carvana, right? Up and down. But Carvana lo mostró that it's doable, right? They showed us that, hey, look, customers are willing to pay. They just didn't set up the company the right way. Too many issues, it's like a one-time deal. And they put you through the ringer, Try to return the car to Carvana and see if you get a hold of them. But they say 7-day return. 7-day return. So, yeah, try to get them on the phone to return the car after you get it. And I think that they were losing so much money. I think they were averaging $4,000 loss.
Oh, wow.
To deliver a car. So, but Carvana show you that it is possible, right? What's the name? Lithium.
But
just tried it.
But that doesn't happen with Tesla.
Yeah, but Elon Musk has enough money to burn. He's the richest freaking guy in the world, man. Like, I mean, listen, EVs, I feel iffy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, man. Like, it's scary. I'm afraid to appraise a car. You know, today I appraised a Hummer today. The guy wants $110,000 for a 23 Hummer, all electric, of course, and the car is doing like 87, MMR 85.
Wow.
Right? And even the dealer, when I call, they're like, man, I'm afraid of this car. You know? I'm like, what do you mean? So, like, the only things that I'm selling is Cybertrucks. You know? The Cybertruck is like the new hot thing. All the celebrities have it. You know how it is. If the celebrities have it, everybody's influential, they want to have it. That's like the new toy right now. But even that car, the price, it went like 40, 50,000 less.
Exactly.
Within the last 90 days. The first one was 180, 200,000. Now I'm getting it for like 110, 115.
Wow.
So everybody that bought those cars, guess what?
They're under the water.
$100,000 in 90 days.
Wow.
So it's scary. The EVs is scary. And like I said to you, what's going to happen in November 5th, right? So different mentality, how these two guys think. One is EV, the other guy's like not happening. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen with EVs with if a new administration comes in. Even though they say Elon Musk is gonna be one of the advisors for him. Elon announced that.
Okay.
He's gonna be actually an advisor to the president if he wins. And I think he's gonna win.
¿Tú crees que va a ganar, verdad?
I think so. I did really well with Trump financially. So I like the guy. I mean, listen, personally, I think he tweets too much, but whatever. But you see, he's the most hated guy, but it's also 50% of people love him. Right?
Exactly.
So he's the most hated person in the fucking world right now. Yet, he is the most famous person in the world.
He's going to win.
And he's going to win. So you tell me. So I look at him and, I mean, marketing-wise, the guy's a fucking genius. The day that he got convicted, he raised $57 million.
And he's printing shirts with the mock shop?
Yeah. Yeah. The guy's a fucking genius. He makes shoes. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So he has that mentality, right? And he has 50% of people love him. And even the people that hate him, they'd rather have him. Because at the end of the day, it's business, right? Their businesses do better. Regardless of how we feel personally for the person, you understand? Is who's going to take this company, this
country,
country to the next level, right? Because I tell you, if he loses, man, like I'm considering moving to El Salvador.
No,
I'm serious. I talked to my wife.
I love Salvador.
Listen, I'm in love. I've been 4 times.
Since Bukele is on the government?
Yeah. I 22 years it took me to go back to my country, bro. 22 years.
Wow.
I could not go because of the dangers, you know? I almost got killed for like one of these hats.
Wow.
When I went into 2000s for a hat. So it was that bad. I was like, you know what? My wife's like, you're never going back.
Wow.
But now I took my kids, vacation. Oh my God, they're in love.
No, it's very different.
You
It's
can
very
put the
different.
Gucci's on.
Oh, dude, it's like I'm here.
Exactly.
I feel more safer over there. You understand? So
It's safer over there.
it is the safest, yeah. It's I think it's
How many we were just talking about that before the show.
Last year I think Salvador is like one homicide per year. In Puerto Rico, it's about 500.
Wow. And he's investing in so much. And I know we're talking different subject, but he's investing so much. So the reason why they got away with so much murder, because there was no fingerprints. There's no such a thing. There was no technology for fingerprints. No database. So, you know what I'm saying? So now he's invested. I don't know how many millions of dollars he's putting, you know, just like with Bitcoin, right? Everybody made fun of him. And look at him now. Like, I think
the national currency.
Yeah. So The guy is out there, man. I follow him. I watch his podcast. I mean, his interviews all the time. And
Muy bueno, muy
the
bueno.
guy's very, very good, man. I'm impressed. Now I can say, you know, I'm proud of the country. Like,
No, claro.
everybody knows when I say El Salvador, oh, Bukele, right?
So Salvador, 15 years ago, was the murder capital of the world.
Of the world.
But when we went,
Now it's the safest
Yes.
country.
I think
in the
even
world.
more than Cuba, right?
Yeah.
well, when we went, we were waiting for the election. Remember?
Yes, that's
we went
right.
the day after.
When he win. Yeah, the day after he won.
We had a photo. with,
That's cool.
Yeah. We did.
Really, going back to the industry, things are difficult.
They're hard right
Obviously, yeah. So, what are the things that salespeople, sales managers, GM have to do now to be able to sustain the operation and drive more traffic and convert more sales?
So they have to work a little harder. You know, they got spoiled. And I blame the industry for that. Because during the pandemic,
It was too easy to sell.
it was too easy. They will make, you have, 19, 20-year-old kids making $250,000 without knowing what they're doing. GMs were burying customers. When I was having interviews saying, do not put a customer on a 96-month term, do not put a customer 84 months. That we were doing 100-something months, credit unions. And they're high-fiving that, yeah, we put this customer, and now we're paying the price. Now you have Nissan dealerships that have 400 Muranos in stock.
Wow.
You got Chrysler dealerships that have crazy inventory that they cannot move. They have brand new 2022 Jeeps, Compass, So imagine that, like how much money they're gonna lose to get rid of that car, right? They're gonna take a crazy $15,000, $20,000 hit just to get rid of the car, and they're gonna have to do it. So we put ourselves in that situation, and now you have to be a real salesman to sell a car. You got to be a real GM, go and close the deal, TO the deal, whatever it is. Before it was just say, write them up.
Exactly.
How much of a sticker are you getting? So we got spoiled, and now we're paying the price. And a lot of dealerships, especially blue states, are not doing that great. Florida's doing okay. I like Florida a lot. You got a lot of stores doing volume, 500, 600.
Okay.
All Henderson's doing what?
Today, they're probably around 1,000, 1,100 a month compared to the,
And we live right by it.
The old days of 1,800 a month, right? But
Yeah.
a blessed store is a bit of an anomaly, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So Florida's doing really well. Like I said, now independent franchise is doing good because they're doing volume, but they're working 100 hours a week
Wow.
plus.
Yeah.
Plus. And that goes, I just spoke to a dealer principal, and, they're like, yeah, it's going to be like 100 plus hours a week.
Wow.
You have a problem with that? I'm like, well, no, I'm used to it. I already do it.
the brand new bell to bell.
Yeah. So once I build a team, it's not a problem. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tricky year. We just got to write it out and wait what's gonna happen at the end.
Hablando de BDC,
Yeah.
¿Por qué en este momento es aún más importante tener un BDC que esté creándonos cita en estos tiempos?
Porque si quieres saber lo que está pasando en el dealer, lo que tienes que hacer es listen to the calls. Y tú sabes exacto cuál es el problema que tú tienes. Si tú tienes problemas con los teléfonos, hay GM que no chequean ni el teléfono. Hay GM que no saben ni las líneas dónde van las llamadas. No chequean. So, extremely, extremely important. Y los vendedores también se están poniendo más lazy.
No quieren llamar.
No quieren llamar porque están discouraged, right? Les van a dar un flat al carro como quiera because the car been there 500 days, so they're just going to give them a mini anyway. So, they're just there, but they're not really on grind mode, on making 100 calls a day, whatever, right? Whatever they got to make. BDC is different, right? Pero you need a BDC department. You need somebody to be hounding these people down. And the culture is just not there. The culture is just not there. I don't see it.
Y en el negocio de ustedes, con BDC United, ¿cómo ustedes mantienen esa gente que no se pongan vagos y que verdaderamente llamen, que no sean como los vendedores de carros?
So that question is more for you.
Ajá.
Performance wise.
Yeah.
Because he's asking me like, you know, the culture, right? Like meaning why it's important to have BDC right now. And I said,
Sure.
people are lazy and discouraged and they don't want to pick up the phone and call. So he's saying what measure we use to hold our people accountable to make the calls.
I mean, it starts with the people, right? Obviously, when we're in a people business. With training, right? Leading by example. We were talking about how you have to be so present in the automotive industry. When the cat's away, will the mice play, right? But with proper training, you know, everyone's on task. So I think it's just a tenacity. Buy, die, or unsubscribe. As far as picking up the phone, it's back, right? The inventory is there, the leads are there. How do we engage with the customer? You mentioned 100 calls. How many of our salespeople are really doing that?
No, nobody.
One of our BDC agents, we average between 450 calls per day per person. Right? That's tenacity.
Wow. 400 llamadas al día. 400 calls per agent?
And we can measure.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's measured. Now we have the technology that gives us the ability to do that, right? So, but that's their job. You know, they're not getting up, at least our associates.
They use a dialer.
You know, we're not taking a smoke break, coming back in an hour, you know, taking that lunch break that's 90 minutes instead of 30 minutes, right? And that's one of the differences between outsourcing and having an internal BDC. You know, our agents are tucked back into some closet that can't sell cars, right? That's the old way. Oh, you can't sell cars? Oh, go to the BDC. They don't want to see them. Out of sight, out of mind. That's the person you want to have call your 100 leads that came in for the week. I would want the most talented, most trained, most professional people, right? That's your first point of exposure. They hear your voice. You're selling the dealership. You're selling yourself. You're selling the car. You got to get them in to sell the car if we're not shipping it throughout the country. But
So we do a lot of mystery shopping on a daily basis, on
Okay.
a weekly basis, to see where we stand, where we at, what the average is.
El número de citas que debe traer un agente BDC, ¿eso va a depender de la tienda o eso va a depender de...?
Sí, depende de los leads. How
Okay.
many appointments in per agent? But I said it all depends on the dealership on the leads.
yeah, new cars, used cars, different OEM. Right?
Okay.
We hold our agents. We have a minimum expectation, right? Our minimum expectation. You cannot go home and stay employed if you don't have 25 appointments or 250 calls. And that's just engagement, right? It's a tenacity. You have to put the work in, the bandwidth. And that's where we're really successful is we have the people power, right? The return on the investment, right? What's expensive in the car business, right? Obviously inventory, floor plan, but payroll. All right. So if you have averaging 1,000 leads a month, how many agents do you really need to follow up with that in a 90-day process? 3,000 leads, sure, some buy, some are bad leads. Are you going to employ 20 BDC agents for one dealership? No, of course not. So now how do you engage with your customers? What about nurturing our database, the DMS, your data management system, previous customers, our service driver? We can go on and on and on.
Okay.
Or even just a service BDC, forget about sales, right? We're talking about 30 people. Where do you put them?
Okay.
And that's one of the challenges that we solve for our dealerships, right? It's just putting qualified, trained, phone assassins or phone ninjas, right?
Plug and play.
So Joseph, do you have your own CRM and the dealership push the leads onto your CRM, and how's that work?
Yeah, so we work with multiple CRM companies. We do have our own technology and our own software. Some we integrate with, some we don't. So yes, but we have auto plugins, APIs. So we work through the dealership CRM. So there is no difference between us being in a dealership or down 1,000 miles of fiber optic cable, right? Everything we do is in the dealership CRM, whether it goes to our portal and then gets pushed back into their CRM. As far as the dealership's concerned, we're down the hall or we're right in front of them at one of the sales desks, picking up the phone and trying to engage with that customer. Appointment sets, no shows, appointment confirmations, video confirmations, right? The one thing that we maybe fall short on, what we do is just video walkarounds, right? We're not there.
Okay.
But that's how we engage with the dealership. A sales manager or a salesperson should be going out there. Hey, I'm Pete. Here's your car. We're looking forward to seeing you at 4:15. Looking forward to rolling out the red carpet for you, not wearing it out. Come in, ask for me. I'm your VIP store concierge, right? And that's how we connect.
Clean outside, like get there.
The extra go there.
The little things, man.
Things that we used to have to do. That, like you said,
we're not doing the things. We're not doing the basic. To give that wow customer. because there's so much competition, right? And everybody just race to the bottom. But if you give a good presentation,
We're getting there, right? We're almost back to
no, we're there. We're back. Okay, this is like
Mira, Rudy, ¿cuántos dealers tienen ahora mismo le dan servicio a BDC?
about 400,
Wow.
about 400. We had about 1,000 in the come through. Of course, up and down.
Yeah.
But
400 is a lot.
yeah, no, we don't think so.
No?
We're trying to get to 1,000.
1,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the goal.
That's the goal.
He was talking about Grant Cardone, right?
Yep.
I'm a huge believer in the 10x rule, right?
Okay.
Some are active, some are inactive. They come and go. We do not hold our dealers to a contract.
Okay.
It's a performance-based job, like month to month. If we're not doing our job, fire us. And if you fire us, it's a chance to look into the mirror.
Otra,
Right?
pero 400 tiendas
Yeah.
funciona porque no vas a tener 400 tiendas.
So,
¿Y qué tan pequeño puede un dealer comprar este servicio?
Any.
¿Ah?
Any.
It doesn't matter the size of the dealer.
No, if you have a CRM, we'll work with you.
Okay.
We have some stores in, used car stores in Texas that maybe sell 25, 30 cars a month, only have about 50 cars in stock. Obviously, the price reflects that, right?
Yeah.
The subscription model. But we have some of the largest OEM stores in the country, Hyundai, Mitsubishi, Kia, Al Hendrickson, Toyota, for example, we've worked with, right? So, some of these stores manage 2, 3, 4, 5,000 leads a month.
Wow.
So, yeah. Talk about marketing, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation for maybe another day, but marketing dollars, right? Spending all this money on marketing, whether it's radio or pay-per-click or SEO, SEM.
And nobody
And leads are
answers the
coming
phone.
in, and now your BDC isn't handling the leads. Like, what are we paying money for marketing? So might as well just don't advertise. Just wait on the uptrain, right? So,
Yeah. Throw money at the wind.
Oye, Rudy, una de las cosas que yo cambié luego de que subieron los costos de importación en Puerto Rico, los carros también caros en Estados Unidos para yo traerlo acá, una de las cosas que nosotros nos enfocamos fue en la compra directa de vehículos al consumidor. Ustedes como BDC también manejan, por decirlo así, un purchasing, por decirlo así, un departamento, un buying center. Can you do that also?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everything's custom, right?
Making appointments too, so you can buy the car when the
so a lot of dealerships have the KBB, ICO, instant cash offers.
Okay.
And the idea is, right, to buy their car, but, well, what are they replacing it with, right? So that's our angle, but we can just be a buying center. We do that with a few dozen dealerships nationwide. So that's a whole separate dedicated team, and that's all they do. Right?
Okay.
So I'm a big fan of compartmentalizing and being perfect at your craft. So we have an internet sales team which does a 90-day follow-up, right? Call, text, email. How can we engage with the customer? We also have a service to sales team. What are we doing to work the service drive? Not just today, 18 months back, right? Because not all of them have bought a car for you. Conquest and loyalty. And of course, data mining is what we call it, but just the cold calls. Happy birthday. Thank you for being our customer. High interest customers, lease loyalty, warranty expiration. Us in the car business, we know those KPIs, but what are we doing to have supplemental sales, right? We were talking about you and your operation on, on a monthly goal. What is your nut, right? Imagine if you had a service drive, right? What are we? Those are supplemental sales. Those customers are not in the market. They have not done any research. They don't know what the car costs.
Okay.
Right. So
Cool.
gross profit.
So
Oye,
todo es customizado, customize lo que tú quieras.
Otra pregunta, Rudy. AI. Ahora que viene el AI, muchas personas están diciendo no, que eso va a reemplazar los agentes, que los call centers van a morir. ¿Cuál es tu percepción de eso? El follow automatizado por AI. ¿Cómo estás viendo eso en la industria ahora mismo en los Estados Unidos?
There's a couple of companies, right, that we take a look at in NADA. Trulia, you have a bunch of them but it's not, you still need the human element. They convert like 100-something countries, right, the conversation. And he just experienced with his truck the other day, and he was so upset. Remember, you kept getting the runaround, because he had his truck at service.
Okay.
And the AI kept picking up the call, but couldn't get nowhere. It was a frustrating moment that he had. And this is a very reputable dealership, right, that has automation, but there's no human element to it. So I think that
Luckily, I live a mile down the street, so I just gave up.
But you get what I'm saying, like
to the store.
yeah, like it was just like unbelievable. Like, you know, this is like a multi-billion-dollar company, and it's like how? So I think that eventually, yeah. I heard a couple of companies that you really can't tell the difference. You're talking to a robot. You know, you got ChatGPT now, right? All these things, you don't know which one's real, which one is not. All this voice simulation and shit, it's just scary, man. But yeah, it's if you use technology for the right reasons, it's gonna work, right? You got to tweak it that it fits your model. Every store is different. Remember, your store is different. So every store is gonna run differently. The mentality of the owner is differently. The GM thinks differently. You understand? So just because it's the next hot toy and AI doesn't mean it's gonna work unless you work it. So that's my opinion. I mean, what do you have to say on that?
Yeah, and using it properly.
That's what I mean.
Right? I think it's a great engagement tool. Gets you down maybe to the goal line in certain circumstances. Yeah. But how do you score the ball? Right? That human element, that person needs to sometimes have that intimacy, right? Everybody buys differently, so it might be great for someone like myself or you. Personally, I want to talk to a person, right? But yeah, there's a lot of CRMs out there that are using it to engage with inactive or old dormant data. I see huge value in that way, in that form. But when you do get that engagement, well, someone's got to now, wow, they answered, great. Well, now let me pick up the phone and have a little conversation. So that's where I think it really meshes with our company personally, or dealerships or BDCs out there. But
ahora mismo ustedes usan AI para darle follow a los clientes por texto, ¿o no?
So we have the technology, correct?
Yeah, so we have a form of our own artificial intelligence. There's AI and there's machine learning. Right? So we have auto machine learning responses that we have developed over the years. And there's a true artificial intelligence out there. I'm more of a fan of the machine learning where, code keywords, machine learning auto responses. And as the data comes in, it gets better over time, right? So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so we have it in our own company, obviously custom tailored to our processes and our culture. But yeah.
Rudy, la gente que vea esto, yo tengo un montón de dueños de dealers, gerentes, GMs que van a ver esta entrevista.
Sí.
Podemos darle servicio a los clientes de Puerto Rico, hablan en español.
O sea, we have a good team with Spanish. We just had to check with the data, remember, with the phones last time, because he's saying obviously a lot of owners and GMs here in Puerto Rico, right? And we have a pretty good, solid Spanish team. But the only thing was the data, correct?
Yeah.
Phone calls.
Yeah, the data, as far as the phone system integrating with CRMs and that capacity.
But the answer is yes.
Yeah.
It is doable.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
you actually were one of the ones that motivated me to build that team. 2 years ago, we came here and we were talking about the different dialects and accents of Spanish between Puerto Rico or Mexico.
We had to make some tweaks.
So,
but it's doable.
Learning process, but we have...
es un problema aquí ahora mismo.
Really?
Sí, mano, o sea, no hay, creo que solamente una compañía que está haciendo BDC externo.
Yeah.
Creo que una nada más. So, aquí hay una gran oportunidad de negocio. Aquí hay como 400 dealers. About 400 dealers. Easily.
And you feel it's a big issue here?
Yeah. Easily you can take 40, 50 dealers here that will use the system, because the problem that all the dealers are telling is that salespeople don't want to grab the phone and make a call.
Yeah. So. And that's not just here.
It's the culture, man.
That's coast to coast in the States.
Well, listen, we have offices available
Mira,
here.
Rudy, tiene que darle un descuento a los clientes.
Of course.
A la gente que venga por ahí.
Claro, man.
Dile eso a Joseph.
Yes.
For you to extend the offer,
we
or we can have
we got to
this,
give them like a discount. You know what I'm saying? If they come on board.
Okay. Hometown discount.
Of course.
Absolutely.
No, but I said to him too, we have offices here, right? We can open here in the office.
Okay.
In your dealership.
Yeah, we're looking forward to expanding in Puerto Rico, and we'd love the endorsement.
We consider in El Salvador. Consider El Salvador because of the quality as well.
Claro.
Yes. Quality control.
Quality control.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Entonces, Rudy, ¿cuáles son esos sueños, objetivos? Yo sé que has alcanzado mucho.
Yeah.
Pero,
there's always more.
Yeah, I know, but nosotros no vamos para jóvenes.
Nah. Okay. I'm 43, man. How old are you now?
41.
41, yeah.
¿Cuáles son esos goals que tienes a futuro? ¿Qué te gustaría hacer? ¿Cómo te ves de aquí a los, qué sé yo, 55 años, algo así, a largo plazo?
Retired.
Retire.
Yes. Yes, I want to live a little.
You're not going to retire.
What?
Even when you retire, you'll be working.
Joseph, how old are you?
I'm 40.
I'm 40. You're 40. Yeah. We are the same
Yeah,
age.
we're like in the same group age, right?
So I am asking Rudy, what's next? What's the next goal?
Yeah, what the future looks like.
I'd like to personally find new verticals. How can we take BDC United outside of the automotive industry? Right?
Okay.
That would be unique. We've explored a few different options. Right now, automotive is my number one focus. You
Yes.
know, we're not there.
So right now, to answer your question, banking.
Okay.
So a few finance institutions has reached out to us. So they want to set up different institutions, you know, backed by a lot of money, hedge funds, you know, over $1 billion, and they want to take market share. So there's a lot of money to be made on that, and that's potentially going to be my retirement. So I've been working on that. We live on a few states. So it's going to be 48 states. It's already licensed in 48 states. And I'm excited because, you know, it's a win-win, right? So me and him start flying more.
You might retire for a week or two so you can work on that golf game. Right? So
Could be. BDC United, right? If BDC United is not for them, you know, hey, here's a finance institution you want to use extra. You know, would you say no to a bank? Right? If somebody gives you another avenue, another way to get the deal done.
You know where I think it's a great opportunity also for BDC?
Wow.
I'm on insurance.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
we thought about solar.
We're looking at
about
solar,
solar.
wireless, insurance,
Yeah.
health, right, which is the same
Yeah.
vertical, but absolutely. You know, it's on the annual plan.
It's on the agenda.
And the good thing of insurance is that you don't have to have inventory.
Correct.
There you go.
You can sell the same product
All over.
all over.
Yeah.
And what you have to do is virtual appointments.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So you have to set up an appointment of an agent on any hour or any day.
Oh, okay.
So the customer doesn't have to go to the store.
Right. So it's not a destination appointment. It's not hard to download Zoom on your Apple phone here, right? So
So you can consider that.
interesting.
I like the insurance business a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Joseph, are you going to do like Rudy? Are you going to retire at 55?
55 is a long ways away. So, you know, retire for me would probably be finding another challenge in life right now. But I'm so focused on BDC United and just being a disruptor.
He's doing very well for himself right now at 40. He's doing very well.
400 stores.
Yeah, he's doing very well, but, you know, maybe practice on the golf a little more. But no, listen, it's one is not enough, right? And 1,000 is too many, or the other way around. 1,000 not enough, one is too many. So at the end of the day, it's the challenge, man. It's you know, now that I'm on this side, on the vendor side, you know, I kind of like it. You know what I mean? I travel all over the world. I mean, my mileage has gone great. I'm platinum status now with Delta. So we get a lot of points. But besides that, it's just, I love traveling, man. It's my habit. It's like I love it. You know, getting on the airport, going on a plane and being somewhere else the next day. And we have a couple of nice trips coming up. But when you're on the vendor side, on the finance institution side, you start thinking differently, not like a dealer.
Okay.
You know, and that's kind of like my retirement, right? So it's dealership wise, don't get me wrong, I miss the dealership a little bit. I'm a little itchy, you know, getting back in the game a little.
They were fun days.
Yeah, there is.
Right?
It's just you know for a fact when you could do, you know, you could turn that store around with the 90 days. Like you can start like cranking it up. It's like the challenge, right? It's like it's always there. Like
he might be available everywhere. So.
Yeah, my wife said I'm having too much fun right now. But listen, I built this brand. It took me a long time to build it. We spent a ton of money on it, and a lot of verticals right now are coming out of. You know what I'm saying? So the power of yes, I'm saying yes to a lot of things. And listen, right now, remember, all you need is one idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're having fun, right? It's also fun.
Yeah, if it's not fun, we don't want to do
answer
it.
your question, I guess, to go back, what would it take for me to retire? What would the cost have to be? It would have to be losing any type of fire,
Yeah.
and waking up and enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm having fun.
Agree.
Cool.
I'm having fun disrupting and destroying the automotive industry right now.
And there's stressful days, don't get me wrong. There's days that, is bad, right? But it's just another challenge at the end of the day.
We say positive vibes only.
That's it.
We're always about 1% better every single day.
That's
so
it.
That's our motto.
And we hold accountable, man. It's a lot of accountability on our part, So we work out together. We do a lot of stuff together. And now they're traveling part. And
Mira, Rudy, otra pregunta. Aparte de seguirte a ti, porque obviamente uno aprende mucho mirando tu contenido.
I appreciate
¿Qué
it.
otras cosas tú recomiendas a gente que está en la industria? Gente que debe seguir o libros que deben leer o...
que no se pongan, like comfortable. Like look at you, for example, right? You're the car guy here, but now you have all these verticals, right? It's all about, and you said it before, don't put your egg in one basket. And I learned that connections and networking is worth more than money.
Exactly.
And I love networking. I love meeting new people, new ideas, what they can bring to the table, what I can bring together. You know what I mean? Me and this guy.
Watching him, what he's done in the last less than 2 years.
It's
we
insane.
were here 2 years ago in August.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's unbelievable.
the answer to your question is don't get stuck in one field. Right now I'm into watches, like I'm flipping watches and I'm having fun doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm having a good time. We're flipping like maybe 1-2 watches a week. And the same people that follow me, right, for cars, they want watches.
Exactly.
So I'm in that space. So it's like anything luxury, and I'm contemplating the plane situation. I know, it's in the goal, and everybody's like, listen, we got to start doing planes. I'm like, let's go.
You should try Hermes bags.
Oh, God. Birkin? Yeah, I was offered a Birkin last. I show you, right?
Yeah.
It was like $65,000 for a Birkin. I'm like, dude, I was like, I'll post it, but I don't know. Like, someone's going to want to buy a Birkin. It's insane, bro.
Talking about verticals too, you have found a way to monetize even your Instagram posts, right?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of money from monetization right now.
Okay. So
YouTube and IG.
That's great.
So
bro.
we're doing very well there, and obviously we're very active. You know that, and I treat it like a business. I post for me. I don't care what people say. I don't care what they comment. I don't care about the likes. I really don't give a shit. If people know that I have it, they're gonna call me. Right now I'm having fun wholesaling a lot of Cybertrucks, and it's like I started it, right? Me and him started it, and like we flip one or whatever, and then it's like I became like the go-to guy. Everybody calls me and tell, hey, I got a cyber, and with my connections, and all I gotta do is post it, or by the end of the day, the car is sold. I don't even see the car. The wire comes, it comes right out. I keep my cut. Have a nice day.
That's good.
That's it. So
That's great.
I'm having fun doing that. A couple times a day. It's like it's fun. It's just fun. Like how you just whatever you put your mind to, I said it's doable, right? And once you build a brand that you can count on, and that that's what's gonna be, people love it, man. You make shit happen.
That's
just
great,
like you.
really.
So don't get stuck. Be open minded. Now I'm thinking restaurant. You got me thinking now restaurants. You got fucking pizzerias here, which we didn't get a chance to go.
Pizzeria is very easy.
Yeah.
Very easy business.
I love, I used to be in a pizzeria for a long time when I was in high school. So
Very
I know
easy
the-
business.
the deal.
So thank you, Rudy. Thank you, Joseph, for being on the podcast.
Always.
Maybe,
Thank you.
Let's go next. Any other time, maybe we can do a remote on other podcasts. And
Yeah.
Try to bring more value, content of value.
Yeah.
To the automotive industry. I have a lot of entrepreneurs and several businesses, right? But I have a huge following of the automotive industry. Okay. So guys, if you need a BDC and want to try, call Joseph or Rudy. We'll put the contact information here.
Absolutely.
Tell them that give you the offer of Avilés podcast.
That's right.
so they can help you.
Consider it done. Deal.
Gracias, Rudy, de nuevo.
Of course, brother. Always you're a brother to me, you know that. And every time we're here in this island, you treat us like gold, and we appreciate that. And you have a lot of love from us. And anything we could do to help you and help you succeed in your business,
Sí.
please.
Thank you.
Just say the word.
Yeah, thank you, Carlos.
Yep.
Appreciate
Gracias, Joseph. Have a
We
nice
might
trip.
we might take you to El Salvador too.
Yeah, I want to go there.
You'll love it, man.
Yeah, I love it.
You'll fall in love. Trust me.
Yeah, I want to
It's
go
a
there.
beautiful country right now, and I hope it stays that way for a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bueno, pues gracias, muchachos.
Gracias a ti.
Seguimos dándole, señores. Ya ustedes saben, suscríbanse al canal, denle like, comenten todo lo que quieran. Espero que hayan disfrutado de la conversación. Si alguien
El
quiere...
libro, si quieren el libro, yo se lo mando. El link donde pueden conseguir el libro. Yeah.
El libro
My
de
book.
Rudy para que es sobre ventas y cómo ser un game changer. Así que lo recomiendo. Con eso nos despedimos, señores. Hasta el próximo podcast de Avilés. Seguimos.